the kids to bed, dad's home. We are the DWO podcast representing the dad world order. I am the handsome head of household, Mr. Magnificent Mike Martin. With me, as always, my two compadres. First up, Big Rig Eric Maffei.
What's up?
And last but not least, he's wearing a t-shirt, and it's a wrestling t-shirt. He is the wrestling t-shirt guy. Cephas.
Howdy, everybody.
How you doing there, big dog?
Yeah, what's that noise?
Yeah, I don't know what that noise is.
You all got our own sound effects. Well, as Mr. Magnificent said, we are the DWO podcast, and tonight we have with us from FGW, Future Great Wrestling, Mr. William Wolf. Sir,
How you
the
doing?
heck are you?
I am fantastic. Finer than
Awesome.
a frog hair.
Finer than frog hair. I love it.
Fine.
Well, thank you so much for coming on here with us. We appreciate you being on here.
Thanks for having me.
So now that the first question is out of the way, the second one we always tend to ask is, what do you keep your thermostat at? It's an important question.
68 at night, 70 in the day.
Man,
Okay.
we've had some
Excellent.
good ones
Good job.
lately.
Good job.
We had a couple crazies for a while, but everybody's starting to get back on track.
In the 50s, like,
Yeah.
That's wild. I also think anything
You
above
lizard?
70 is too high.
Oh, agreed.
If it goes
Yeah.
above 70, I'm hot.
I am sweating. Yeah, it's
now my air conditioner set on 72, and
That's
it
too hot.
stays nice in the house. I don't know, maybe I'm just lucky. I'm pointing the right direction.
Well,
east,
I
west,
I
whatever.
apparently in my apartment complex I live over top of the equator. So if I don't keep mine below 70, it'll just continue to rise. Like if I just turn my air conditioner off, it'll get to 78 degrees in here easily. And it won't even be 78 degrees outside. It'll just for some reason it all
Lord.
just comes up into my
call somebody about that.
I own a 152-year-old farmhouse, and there is absolutely no insulation in the bottom floor. So, if in the winter we want it to be a reasonable temperature, we have to turn the heat to 75, so it will get to 70 in here. Except for the upstairs is very well insulated,
Yeah.
and if it's on 68, it feels like it's 7,000 degrees. So there's really no wind.
I'm sorry,
Hey.
real quick. Is anybody else here? Your audio
Crackle?
is sounding kind of crackly.
Yeah, you got a
to me.
crackle. Where exactly is your mic located, bro?
Mine? It might
Yeah.
be my beard pressing against on the headphones.
There was definitely something crackling on the
A
headphones.
wicked nice beard, though, by the way.
It stopped
Yeah,
once you
excellent.
did that.
Did it stop? Is it good?
It's still got a little bit of residual, but it's better.
Yeah.
All right. These are the only ones I got. So
It works.
what we're
doing.
It'll be fine.
Carry on.
Carry on.
So, anyways, so first off, we got to get into exactly who you are. So currently, without too much of your prehistory, what is your current role in FGW?
well, currently we're on a small hiatus, but before that, I was the head booker and showrunner and producer,
Awesome.
which is a lot of work.
So the reason I bring that up, man, is because something that has stuck out to us, and we've talked about a lot on our podcast, because we've had a few FGW guys on here, is the storytelling that is FGW. The way that you guys are able to build has been captivating. It's really nice to see a local wrestling company, especially one so close to me that has a lot of my close personal friends in it, and to see it thriving is absolutely awesome. And I think a lot of it has to do with the stories, man. Is that just something you've always wanted to do?
Yes. Since I started training with Cody Hawk, I think maybe my first or second week I was a little bit probably ahead of myself, but immediately was asking if I could help him write. And
Oh,
Yep, he's frozen.
he froze.
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
In the
Well,
meantime,
while he's
roll some
frozen,
comments.
I don't know if you can hear us, Will, but the cameraman Terry says hi, boss. And then I don't know what 72 means. Maybe Mr.
I don't know.
William.
I don't know what it means. That's my mom, but I have no idea what 72 means. So.
Okay.
That's her temperature.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, that's what they keep it on.
Ah, there we
It's
go.
probably my
Yeah.
dad. It's probably my dad logged into putting his 2 cents in.
He's got a little extra heat he needs to keep going, man. If it's 72, that's stuffy. I imagine Will try
What's
to
that, Will?
Huh?
You get him?
Duh.
Just watch.
Anywho,
Well,
man, they're really
until
throwing together Forbidden Door really quick, ain't they?
yeah, they are.
Good.
Yeah,
lads.
but like,
It's a flat
I don't know,
card.
It kind of makes sense in a way. I mean, there's some stuff that's like, okay, they're just doing this match just to do the match, but like Mike was saying the other night, man, you could sell me a ticket just on Osprey, Omega, and Okada and Danielson. Like,
Oh, hell
just
yeah.
give me those 2 matches and I'll watch them.
They're really riding off of that for real. Honestly, it's kind of sad, man, because the Punk match, I'm not even like, I don't know, I'm not super into it.
I mean, Kojima.
I think it'll be cool to see him go up against somebody of like that kind of style, and
Sure,
like
yeah.
because we've up to this point, I've only seen him. I mean, geez, except like 20 years ago,
Yeah.
seeing him in the Indies, and then I don't know, this guy's probably just a different feel to it. I was thinking about that today, like because my initial reaction was like, oh, that feels like a constellation.
You know who I want is Punk Vikingo.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
That'd be a fun one to watch. I'll tell you one thing.
Punk
don't
try
know,
to figure out how to beat him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, man. The fact that we're going to have that particular guy, I don't know if you guys want to announce that guest, but that guest that wrestled him not too long ago and went really viral that is about to be on our show here soon. I'm
I keep
excited.
forgetting about that.
Oh, I don't. I'm a huge fan of him.
It's
Yeah,
been
me
a crazy.
too.
It's been a crazy few days. Like,
Yeah.
Careful.
let's put our clothes on here.
Hold on. Sorry.
Eric, Dion. There you go. We're
Oh.
dropping left and right around here.
Well, not back to normal. There we are.
There we
Here's
go.
the story. So if we get Will back, we'll go back to Will. But if
Yeah.
not, that's what it is.
Speaking of Forbidden Door, I'm happy to see the Tony Storm and Willow Nightingale. I mean, there's
Yeah. That'll be
Willow
Yeah.
getting a nice little push right there. I know the belt falling into her lap was kind of happenstance, but if she makes the most of it, takes that ball and run. It's good
Yeah.
for our girl there. Happy to see that, man.
Yeah. Up. Hold on.
Oh,
I think he might be back.
Is he back?
Very possibly.
He said it was giving him an error message.
We'll let him get set up.
something happened along the way. Wow.
There we go. How about now? How are you?
Well,
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
And load-
it kept,
There's
it
no
kept
static.
saying- There's no sound?
No.
No. You sound
No,
better.
no, you got
Great.
sound. You sound better. Yeah.
You don't have any static now.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it said that there's something went wrong and it's not your fault. This is the same thing it said last time.
Cool.
I don't know.
Well, at least to
Apparently
let you know it wasn't your fault.
Apparently, StreamYard
Yeah.
cares to make sure you feel good.
Yeah.
So we
By the
were
way,
actually
don't worry about
we were
that.
just talking about Forbidden Door. Do you have any thoughts, concerns about Forbidden Door? Do you watch AEW or?
I am gonna tell you right now. I actually don't watch a lot of wrestling currently. I keep up with a lot of the storylines on the internet and stuff, and I read about them. I really like MJF, a lot. But I don't think I've ever sat down and watched a full AEW show. If I'm being honest.
Wow. Okay.
I have a co-writer that watches all wrestling for me and tells me when I'm stealing shit, so I don't steal
There
it.
you go.
It's
I go
hard.
for
There's
training.
so much going on,
There-
man, and I
there's-
can
there's
imagine
so
when it's
much.
like your job. It's like doing what we do for a living, fixing things. The last thing you feel like doing when you get off work is fixing stuff, but
Yeah.
sometimes a dad's got to do what a dad's got to do.
Yeah, it's the same thing with tattooing. I don't like draw a lot for fun anymore. It's just not
Ah.
something I. It's not that I mean, I still think wrestling and writing wrestling is very, very fun, but I don't have. I mean, I don't have enough hours in a week to sit down and watch all the wrestling that there is.
Dude, we barely have enough hours in a week to sit down and watch wrestling because I can't even imagine, like, if you're running and producing a show, like, yeah.
a weekly show at that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, I'm going to be worried about that, not, the other 80 hours of wrestling that's on every week.
So, a question I wanted to ask about that before we got disconnected. With you booking the shows and it's weekly, how does that go when it comes to talent? Do you have a calendar somewhere that says, okay, Amos is going to be here these weeks? Big Ben Chimera is available these weeks, and then you just kind of pick and choose from that. Is that how you go about that, or?
I have done it a couple of different ways. When Cody and I were doing it together, when I was Cody's co-booker, we kind of just we just put it out there who wants to work these shows, and eventually that got too expensive, and we had a lot of wrestlers on the show every week, like too many matches, the shows were too long. But when I took over for things, I dropped it down to 6 matches per regular show, and then 8 or 9 matches per big show, which helped me drop down the roster a little bit. And I kind of just think about who I've got in storylines, and then I kind of start there. And then when I need to fill in the rest, I kind of just pick from who's left and who's available. Yeah.
I definitely, some of my favorite indie moments of all time have been at FGW for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's so nice. What in particular?
One for me, man, that definitely sticks out, and it's probably because I'm super biased and I know Avert personally. Ryan Michaels personally. Seeing Ryan Michaels climb that mountain, I teared up, man. You know what I mean? And there's only so many chances when wrestling can touch you like that is not, something on national television. There's very few indie shows. You guys and Revolver are the only two that I can say that really made me feel some feels, and Revolver just did that last week when Jake Christ won the title. So
yeah, thank you. That was a fun. First of all, the build up to that moment with Ryan coming back at we used to do an annual Rumble, but I turned it into a what we call a Royal Ladder match, where it's a Royal Rumble until it gets down to the last 4 competitors, and then it turns into a 4-way ladder match for the shot at the main event at
Oh, wow.
Orleans for the title.
That's pretty cool.
I
like
think
that.
it was just the Rumble for the shot, and it felt too much like, WWE stuff, and I didn't want to be doing
Right.
the exact same thing. So
Do
we
your own
changed
thing,
it into the Royal Ladder match, and Ryan came back and won that. He came back, I think he was pretty early in the match. I don't remember exactly when, but he climbed it, and by the end of the match, when he climbed it, he was busted open, and he signed it in blood at the top of the ladder. It was such a sick
wow.
moment.
man,
That's cool.
it's he's been so kind to me, over the years. We've been really good friends for a long time, and so to see him, I mean, in my opinion, that guy could have been on a main roster anywhere 10 years ago. You know what I mean? And to see him, whether it's televised or YouTubeized or whatever you want to call it, it is still, you know what I mean? It is a mountain that he climbed, that he made for himself, and I love it, man. It's just, it was a great bookend to awesome.
Number
Thank
28.
you. Ryan and I. Sorry, what?
You getting from your coworker here? He said he was number 28, I believe.
That is cameraman Terry. His name is Chris, but we got like 7 Chris's, and so I renamed his last name is Singletary, so I renamed him Dysentery when he first came in.
Oh my God, are we gonna talk about Oregon Trail for another show again?
Right.
It's ridiculous.
It's come up
Oregon
on so
Trail
many
popped
shows.
up.
It's like 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon. It's Oregon Trail. Sorry.
Terry's a good kid. He reminds
Oh, yeah.
me a little bit of me. I like him. He's a little bitch though.
Well,
So,
Terry,
man.
there you have it.
How'd you guys wind up hooking up with Teal Piper and Damos?
That was all Brian. I don't know how Brian pulled that off or what, but I had about one conversation with each of them when they came in to let them know what I was doing and what I needed from them, and they're both super, super nice, very professional. And I will say that night, Jack coming back.
I was gonna say that was beautiful, man. That was absolutely. We were in attendance, and it's just chef's kiss.
Oh, I was out behind you guys. I was watching you guys from over by the announce desk. I was watching James specifically.
You watch him put the T-shirt on.
Yes. And then I saw the TikTok on it later. No, Jax. I was so excited about like the idea of turning Jack face because it meant like he could do his character.
Yeah.
As you know what I'm saying, it was hard for him to do it as a heel because Jack is such a purist that he knew he'd get over.
Right.
Right, like if he started doing like what he's doing. I gotta plug my phone in. I'm sorry. If he started doing what he was doing on TikTok, which is what I wanted from him from the get-go, I was like, "Will you come up there and say like, will you say the words?" I wanted to come out during a match and say, it was the first match, and it was Bryant versus Anthony Katina, and they went out there and they had an Indie-rific classic, like first. It was like a WrestleMania main event, first show of the match. It was the night we debuted Jack's buzzer.
Yeah.
His Indie-rific buzzer, and they go out there first match, and they're like cutter after super kick, thigh slap, fucking false finish.
You know,
And I wanted Jack to go out there and say, for God's sake, it's the first match. How many false finishes can we put in the? Who's writing this shit? Like, and he's like, I can't do that. Like,
bro, I was there for that. I was there for that night, and I didn't realize that you were fucking swerving me because I was sitting here like, what the fuck is going on? Like this match, like I could tell that there was like, I don't know, man. Like I could tell that they were trying to like kind of piss me off, like the way they were wrestling. And when he came out and did the buzzer, man, I was just like, yes, I get it now. Thank you. That's why that did that.
yeah.
Speaking of Jack, all of his TikTok videos about bookers, is there any pieces of you in those videos?
God, I hope not. I fucking hope not.
Yeah, I don't think he's the shady booker.
Yeah, those are about promoters, not bookers. I do not promote. That's
Yeah,
a booker.
Go talk to Brian.
No, Jack Vaughn is the absolute nicest and most professional. I mean, he says he's the last real professional wrestler. That's half a shoot because that dude, I mean, has never given me a hard time. Anything that me or Cody ever has needed, he goes out there and makes it his own. Two, still does what we need to with, you know what I'm saying? He does what he does. He makes it his own without like making it about him at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's exceedingly kind to fans too, man. He's been great to us. He's been on our show. He's taken pictures with us. He's signed shit and done everything you could ever want out of a meet and greet, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say I reiterate everything you say and second it because he is, when we sat down with him here, when we seen him at conventions, shows and stuff like that, he is just really, really cool dude.
Yeah,
he's cool dude.
He's awesome. I got to be in the ring with him a couple times when I was general manager character, and he was just being managed by David, I think, at the time. And it was always awesome to get in the ring with him.
Well, I've admittedly only been to a few shows. I actually came up there to hang out with Cephas. It's about The Shockwave was about an hour away from me.
Mhm.
So I don't get to, I think I've been to like 3 or 4 shows, but
Okay.
the very first show I was very fortunate. There's like a 10-year-old little boy sitting next to me, and he literally like just explained every storyline to me, so I knew what was
Nice.
going on.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, immediately was captivated, dude. It's crazy how you have such um a, a big show feel in such a small venue. I mean, I was just captivated initially, just the setup, having an entrance, stage, and ring, gives it
That is
such a
all
different feel.
MVP. MVP builds and maintains that. I mean, we don't have, again, we're on a hiatus right now because we're
Right.
not building, but the MVP, Pete Delisle, he is the ring. He's like the ring technician. He knows. I mean, he can take apart and put that ring back together in 5 minutes. He's made every one of the signs that we have, like the Shockwave sign and the Big
Wow.
Show signs. He made every single one of those by hand. He made Wrestling Revolver's WR sign that hangs above their thing. He built the stage. Him and Ryan Michaels built the new stage for Origins. And,
Okay.
Shout out MVP.
Yeah, he is absolutely vital, like lifeblood to FGW.
And another great talent. Someone
Yeah,
who's
great.
also just immediately like, okay, I'm a fan of yours.
Their whole family was just fans. Like they started as, I mean, Pete and Nicole, their kids and their family and friends still sit up in the front row. Coach T as well, Ref Steve. They all started as just front row fans from the day that we opened. They were at every show we put on every single Friday. I mean, Kaylee, their daughter, has been coming to our show since she was like 7 or 8, and she's like, what? I mean, 12, 13, she's like 13 or 14 now or something like that.
Wow.
And
It's like a
then
fan's
they started-
dream to like,
Yeah, they started
progress.
training. I think they did a fantasy camp with Cody one day, and then Pete just didn't stop training.
That's awesome, man. I like the it's homegrown. You know what I mean? It's something that not a lot of places have. You know what I mean? A lot of places just get their talent from the pool that's local. You guys make your own talent.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
a lot of our talent is homegrown for sure.
So before we go into what you alluded to with the building issue and the hiatus, I got to ask you about your professional wrestling career, man. My first time getting to see you personally was you versus Hooks, and what is quite possibly one of the most hardcore matches I've ever seen. And brother, I've seen New Jack wrestle. You know what I mean? Like
That was the night he ripped me open with his hook. He ripped my face open with his hook, right in the cage.
yeah, I think it was Battle on the
What?
Border. Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was actually kind of a funny. How much do other people kayfabe on here?
You're good, brother. You
I don't
can
want to
be-
bark the curtain too much, but I also, I mean, I've
Oh
got a good
no, you're
story
fine.
about-
We've gone wide open to closed to whatever, it just
Yeah, we've
depends
had
on.
people in gimmick, and we've had people who are just, let's just talk about it.
I don't have a gimmick anymore, so we had a series of 3 hardcore matches at Battle on the Border. I think that might have been the last one. I think that might have been the finale of the 3. The first one was a fans bring the weapons match, and maybe it was my dog came up to see. She's on the bench with me right now. This is Ivy.
Hello, Ivy.
Maybe.
That's
Her
a
full
pretty
name is
girl.
Speaking of
Okay.
dogs, you want a Great Dane?
Kind of funny enough, she was supposed to be a Great Dane, and then she stopped growing tall and started growing wide because we were feeding her large breed puppy food, and she's
Oh,
just not even
She
kind
looks
of. She's like
precious.
a mediocre Dane at best. She's anyway. So,
we still think she's great.
I don't remember if the hardcore cage match was the hardcore death match was the first or the second or the third. But my wife, before that, I had ablated for the first time. And so my wife was not happy about me bathing in some dude's blood. And She's like, first of all, you got to go get tested, like fucking immediately.
Now, don't touch me.
It's like, I'm like, well, Hooks is like one of my best friends. Like, it's, you know, it's like, it's fine. He's like, no, you're going to fucking Planned Parenthood. You're getting tested right now.
You know it's not your best friend? Hepatitis.
And I went to Planned Parenthood. I was like, I got in a fight with a hobo. You said something. I didn't want to say I was in a wrestling match. So I slit my face open with a razor blade.
Just show him a picture of Hooks. It was this guy. Oh, okay, yeah. Come on.
Makes
Come get
sense.
tested.
Checks out.
And so before that match, when we were putting it together, I just said, Hooks, my wife told me I can't blade anymore. But that don't mean, you know, if you stick your hook in my forehead and just kind of pull it.
Oh no, he froze up again.
Oh, did you lose him?
What a great note to lose him on, though.
Right.
If you just,
Oh, there he is. He's here. He's here. He's kind of here. Kind of, sort of.
Nope.
He's frozen.
it's like Brock Lesnar is just here, then he's not for a while. Then
Yeah.
he comes back to a big reception, and
Oh, don't worry. Brock will be back for SummerSlam.
yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm sure he'll come
Brock
out
Cody
and,
3.
like cost Cody the title or something. I don't know.
I bet his phone's like 150 degrees right now.
It probably is.
He's got an iPhone X, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know exactly how old that is, but that sounds old.
That's like 4 generations ago.
Okay. See, I don't know.
It doesn't really sound that bad when you say it like that, though. It's only 4 generations ago. It's not like he's got the iPhone 4.
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I was there for
Anyway,
that was a crazy match, man, and he definitely hard-weighed him open, and that's why I brought it up. It was a violent scene
With a hook, though? Dang.
with a hook, with a meat hook, and he just was like, it was bad, dude. And me and my brother were there, and we know Will personally, right? So it was a, seeing our old buddy wrestle. We did not expect to see our old buddy in a fucking death match, dog.
No.
Like,
holy
Whoa.
shit, dude. What are you doing?
yeah,
he back.
he's back.
Back again.
Will is back. Up,
Alright.
up,
All right. So we were at
dragging the hook
face.
across my face.
Oh,
Can't hear you though. Can't hear you though.
we're like
Yeah,
hooked. We're like
yeah,
hooked. Technical difficult.
Slight echo in here.
Slight echo in here.
Hey, Bill, how you doing? Hey, Bill, how you doing? Nice. How are you? Nice. How are you?
Butthole. Butthole.
Oh, juveniles are what we are.
Billy better go Wi-Fi.
What was the one meme you sent me the one day when I was having all my computer difficulties?
Oh.
Then fucking work.
Oh yeah, it says connected to Wi-Fi. Then fucking act like it.
Well, to be fair, I like that I can hear myself echo for a second, so I can hear that I sound better.
I'm glad
You
I
do
got
sound-
I'm glad I got the butthole one in there. That was really fun for me.
That could be a good clip right there, dude. We had technical difficulties, and this is what we did.
Butthole.
Butthole.
That always pops me. That one of my favorite shows of all time, Parks and Rec, is Ron Swanson when he gets the typewriter. He's just like, I'm gonna type every word I know. And he's just like, America, Monday, butthole.
God bless Ron Swanson.
It's so good.
So I think I sent you guys the picture. I bought that computer today. So hopefully this time Tuesday, when we do our next podcast, I will have a brand new PC going and a 4K camera because I might be able to pull that off early.
Oh,
There you
big
go.
things popping.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll look all pretty like Mike's. And then we'll have to get Big Rig
Well,
a better camera because he's already got good audio.
We had the same camera.
We have the same camera.
Really?
He's just Mike just has better lighting than me.
Oh, well then you need better lighting.
Yeah, well, I can't help that.
I mean,
Here we go. There we go. Maybe.
Here we go.
Possibly.
Never know
Hello?
what's gonna happen when you're live, baby.
hey,
I'm so sorry.
you're good,
No,
dog.
you're good, man.
We roll with the
Trust
punches,
me.
man.
Trust me, you're not the worst we've ever had.
Yeah.
My fucking wife works for the federal government. We have some like good ass fucking federal government like Wi-Fi that we don't have to pay for, and she's on calls all goddamn day, and never has this problem. But as soon as
Try
I
to do
fucking-
one podcast.
One podcast.
That's what it is. It's the government, man. It's
That's
the
what we
man trying to
do.
hold us down.
Well,
my wife's a Fed, first of all.
Yeah.
Might want to started with that.
Yeah.
Gonna watch what I say.
Nah, she's like she does like healthcare shit.
This
Should I get
podcast
back
is
to
based
the
on a true
hooks?
story.
Yeah, back to the hook in your head.
Should I
So
get
you
back
were-
to the hooks? I don't. If it's too late, is that over? I don't know.
No,
No.
yeah, definitely. So
I
he
mean,
was
you got dysentery's calling you out on the Wi-Fi, though.
I know. He texted me too. He's a little. I told you he's a little bitch.
live on DWO podcast.
That's right.
You can quote me on that. Cameraman Terry's a little bitch, and he's got bad haircut.
He's got a bad haircut. We're clipping that one right there.
Hey,
Posted
bet
to
your ass
all the FGW pages.
the next FGW show I go to, I'm gonna have a sign that says he has a bad haircut.
Yes.
He actually killed it. Him and Pompano Joe killed it at Origins. Anyways, or at Curtain Call. So Hooks. Anyways, my wife told me I wasn't allowed to blade anymore, and I didn't. I just asked Hooks to rip my fucking face open with a meat hook instead. I got a pretty cool scar in my hairline somewhere. You can't really see it, but
He good then.
I think that we did the weed eater to the face that match too, right?
God.
Yeah,
Good lord.
dude, like I told you guys, me and Justin, we went to see. We knew that you were gonna be there, and then we were just like, oh, let's go catch a wrestling show. We'll check Will wrestle. It'd be cool. We didn't realize we were gonna get fucking World War III deathmatch extraordinaire.
Things you'll only hear on a wrestling podcast. Oh yeah, that's the one we took a weed eater to his face.
Yeah. I still think one of the gnarliest spots, if not the gnarliest spot I've ever seen, has been somebody taking a Sawzall to the face.
What?
And
Yeah.
My what?
Dude,
that was
Mox
the Ambrose,
Mox
right?
did it
Right,
back
that
in his
was Moxley.
CZW days.
CZW, yeah.
Oh my god.
I thought the cheese
Yeah.
grater back in like ECW days when they allowed fans to like bring in weapons, for them
Yeah.
to use, and they brought a cheese grater in. I thought that was at the time was one of the most gruesome things I had seen.
That cage match was the only match I ever saw a review of. Somebody wrote like some professional reviewer was there and like wrote a fucking review up of it, and their whole review was like, this was just fucking gross.
Hey, we did a good job.
The whole review was like, yeah, I mean, it was okay. They told a bit of a story with a table and trying to get somebody to the table, but honestly, it was just fucking disgusting. I got a you sick fuck chant. That was the first time I ever got a you sick fuck chant.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's how
that's
you know you made it right there, man.
That felt really
wow.
good. That
Chills.
felt really good.
I was absolutely a part of that chant.
Yeah.
So
Honestly, though, those chants are my favorite. Like obviously when they're deserved, but like when you say them like ironically too, when somebody just does something, like or like the please don't die. Like I remember seeing like Mance Warner like get up on like a 2-step step ladder and like stand on top of it, and everybody was like, please don't die, please don't die. I just stuff like that. That's why I love wrestling, man. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I absolutely. I mean, the fans and the chants are my favorite thing about wrestling, and the crowd. I think that is becoming a little bit of a lost art on maybe some lower indies and maybe some indies, but like the crowd itself is the most important part of the match. And when you've got a crowd that's willing to do their job instead of like make the show about them,
Yeah.
Because sometimes the crowd doesn't know that the show's not about them either, and that's a problem. But like,
Yep.
our crowd is so amazing because they're
Yeah.
there every week. They know all the stories. They're invested in the characters and the storylines, and they know how to have fun without just ruining the show. And it's, I don't know. I love our crowd.
I've seen that a lot more on in the I guess the bigger promotions with crowds like hijacking segments and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I it may just be me, but I'm over What Chance, dude. Like
What?
that shit.
What?
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 Dude.
I agree, but I do think that like
There's certain
So
times that call for it, but there's other ones where it's just like, why are we doing
yes,
this?
but the crowd ultimately the crowd is going to do what the crowd's going to do, and I think the mark of a true like really good professional is being able to
Talk
win
through
it
it.
back. But like sometimes you can't, like the promo the other night with Rollins and Prince Devitt. On
Finn
Balor.
Yeah, Finn Balor. That was going to be such a good promo. I was still watching wrestling regularly when that match, their original match happened, where Balor got hurt,
That's a shame.
and that was going to be such a good promo, but they fucking ruined it.
Well, man, we've touched on it a little bit earlier. My bad, Eric. You can go ahead and say what you gotta say.
No. Go. You're good. I was just gonna get another comment. Christopher Crawford said the table with the barbed wire and light tubes at Battle on the Border. I'm assuming that's the
Yeah,
Yeah,
matches.
thumbtacks too.
thumbtacks
yeah.
too.
One
Good
text
Lord.
too. Yeah.
The whole match was built. I mean, it was a death match and inside of the cage, and we had lots of weapons to use. But the whole match was built around going through the table and building the table up throughout the match. You know what I'm saying? So I think the first, it was just a table at first, and then there was like a piece of plywood that had barbed wire stapled to it, and that was the first thing that got set on top of it. I know the thumbtacks. I don't remember. I think the barbed wire got set on top of it first, and we wrestled for a little bit longer, and then the thumbtacks got poured on, and we wrestled for a little longer, and then there was like a gift, like a wrapped present with light tubes in it that hooks open, and then finally that got put on and led to the finish, which was a spear off the top rope through the table.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of ouchy stuff.
Also,
That
we just had Denim Blevins on not two nights ago, and he didn't say one fucking word about this. So we're gonna have him on again, so we can I need to hear his perspective on this whole match.
Me and Hooks had a whole lot of fun at those 3 matches at Battle on the Border. I remember after that cage match, I laid there until everyone left. I was like, it's the last match, and I'm not taking this bump, and then fucking getting up while everybody's still standing in the building. And I laid there like I was totally dead until everyone was gone.
That's great.
I get a
The
good
hard
match.
sell.
Actually, I got a lot of heat for that because the fucking boys were waiting to tear down the fucking ring. Everybody was waiting to tear down the ring and get the fuck out of there, and I was like, I'm not fucking getting up until everybody was gone.
Sorry, that hurt.
I'm pretty
The
sure
long-
Denim told his own story about a cage match with Hooks.
Yeah.
We have a common theme going here.
Yeah.
Now his is with Ledbetter.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, no, okay.
Ed had the hardcore match with Hooks,
Yeah.
Ed Gonzalez,
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah.
that was
That's what
like
Hooks
that
does.
was. What's that?
That's what Hooks does. If you know Hooks, you're having hardcore matches with Hooks. I obviously have a reputation for being a hardcore guy, but I like wrestling better. You know what I'm saying? I like fucking like technical wrestling and like brawling and shit better than I like watching. Like when I was watching ECW back in the day, I wanted the Benoit Guerrero or Malenko.
Oh, yeah.
Like what I'm saying? Like, but I got that reputation thanks to Hooks being a good friend, being like, we're having some hardcore matches.
Yeah, we're gonna have these matches, so deal with it.
If you start doing something like that, and you starts getting you over more, then you probably, I guess, feel more compelled to continue doing that kind of match.
It gets over with less effort. Like it's easier to whack people with shit than it is to like chain wrestle for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And it gets
So
over.
Terry's back in the chat here. I have a scar from that match between them two. Is that accurate?
Between which two, Terry or
Terry said he has a scar from the match between you and Hooks.
Terry was never around for a match. Is it Chris Crawford or Chris Singletary? This is the reason why Terry's name is fucking
Singletary.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
He says you're full of shit, Singletary.
He's calling you out, Terry.
Dysentery, you're making shit up, dude.
Oh shit. So like I was talking about earlier, man, we alluded to it earlier, but we didn't talk about it. What is the situation with the building? Why what happened with FGW? Why did they lose their particular home? Was the building sold out from underneath you guys, or what was that?
Well, we never owned the building. We always rented the building. It was owned by the Empowered Sports or whatever they were called. And they wanted to move their gym into our area, and they wanted to run boxing shows on Friday nights. And so they kicked us out.
For boxing shows?
Uh-huh.
So 11 people can come watch?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know, but I don't know. They were always there, but it never really felt like they did anything to support us. Like they let us run there, but they never fixed up the kitchen so we could sell concessions, and they never like, I don't know. We were bringing like easy fucking 100 to 150 people there Friday night. Getting times and they never.
We're losing you, Will.
You're losing you, bud.
Very crackly.
Ah, damn it.
You're getting very crackly.
What it sounds like. That's pretty good, Mike.
And now he's frozen again. Yep.
Well.
There we go. Okay, so he was talking about the match between Denim and
Dan and Ledbetter. Okay.
Right on.
We'll have to get that. We're gonna have to get all this.
Yeah.
You don't want dysentery on this fucking show.
So Crawford said Terry was talking about Denim and Ledbetter. That's who we were talking about getting on the show.
Terry, go away and stop interrupting my fucking shit.
Keep watching. Like and subscribe.
Keep watching.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. You can comment all you want, Terry.
That's wild though. They really kicked you out for is there that much of a want in Hamilton for weekly boxing on Friday nights?
Certainly not as much as there is for FGW shows on Friday nights.
Dude,
Right.
That's got to be so much motivation to just find a new venue and just steal every potential, person that might come to the boxing match.
For sure. I mean,
I assure you, Future Great Wrestling is 10 times more entertaining than some amateur boxing match.
For sure, absolutely. I mean, we were hitting a stride when they evicted us. We were hitting a stride like we hadn't had since we opened. When we opened, we were drawing easy like 100 to 150. We were packing the building every Friday night, and after I took over, we started going up in numbers every single week until we were finally we had our Origin show was our highest selling show of all time until Curtain Call. So I mean, it was pretty awesome that I got to book and produce the two highest ticketing shows of our history, but also it kind of sucks that.
That's something you can ride high on, brother.
Yeah, man. I mean, I personally have only been to one FGW show, I'm sad to say, but the one I did go to was what's that?
Was it in Origins? Didn't you go to Origins?
No, it was
Teal.
the one with Teal and Damos versus Vaughn and Shield Wall.
Yep.
And I was able to bring my daughter to that, man, and she my daughter loves indie shows. It's we can go to an AEW show or something like that, but she wants to go to, I want to sit up close. I want to, heel comes by, I want to stick my tongue out at him and, whatever.
Yeah,
and those shows, I mean, these guys had told me about it multiple times, dude, you're not going to believe, the production value they have and everything like that. And it really did blow me away just Because I've been to quite a few indie shows, and there's some that it's just like, okay, we got a ring and some chairs, and that's it. But man, you guys, I mean, really go all out for that, and I just really appreciate that about your promotion.
Yeah, for sure. Again, that was all. It started with Cody. I mean, Cody, that rig that's above the ring with all the PVC and the lights and stuff on it. That's been Cody's lighting rig since HWA.
Wow.
Like that. That's
history on it.
lighting rig. Yeah, that lighting rig has been around all those long. I mean, like that's been Cody's shit since HWA, and then just as we, picked up more people that had different skills. Like Pete came in, and that our production went up a bunch. Harley came in and brought the cameras with him for Shockwave. Like Harley edits. Harley and Keith, who debuted at Curtain Call. They're our camera people. They got the cameras for DATV, and they edit and produce all of our show. They edit like those shows every single week. Spend hours and hours editing the Shockwave shows for YouTube every week.
So we got to meet Angel up there too.
Who's that? Oh yeah, the photographer, right?
Yep, Ramp Rat. Angel, she's super, super nice.
I never knew her real name till this exact minute.
Really?
Yeah, I just knew her as Ramp Rat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Angel.
She's
we got a
awesome.
couple really good
She is
photographers.
really awesome.
Yep.
She always shows us love and, is just super, super nice, personable person. Easy to talk to.
Yeah. Yeah, she's really great.
And she takes great pictures.
Yeah,
Right?
both of our
She's good at her job.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a positive thing.
Imagine that.
So, man,
Yeah,
I know you guys.
We're still looking for somewhere.
I know you guys still haven't found a place yet, but when you guys come back, whenever that may be, is the plan to come back with a badass, huge, jam-packed show, or is it to get right back
100%.
into? Okay.
Well, it probably will not be as long as Curtain Call, which ends up being 4 hours long, which is, in my personal opinion, way too long of a wrestling show. But both Origins, which was 3.5 hours long, and Curtain Call kept all of our fans there and engaged the whole time. And that's
Next year you can do
something,
2 nights.
Yeah, 2
Yeah,
nights.
maybe. Since it was Curtain Call, I really wanted, since it was the last show at the arena, I really wanted to have all of our originals come back, as many as I could get on the show. And so we had, I think like 15 or 16 people that started the company with us come back for that show. I got back in the ring for the first time since I broke my neck in 2021.
Holy
Yeah,
shit!
that's why I
You
stopped
broke your
wrestling
neck.
and started. Yeah, that's why I stopped wrestling and started writing.
Okay.
What caused the neck break? Was it something in the ring or?
Yeah, so I stopped wrestling, and so I did this whole awesome story arc with William Wolf that started in 2019 when me and Amos had a match, and he hit me in the head with a baseball bat. And like I won, but he hit it like in the end. He fucking beans me right in the head with a baseball bat, and gave me brain damage. And I came back as a character named Billy, and I was a hyperactive 12-year-old child. And David Barner Spector and his crew, Darkness Worldwide, which Amos was a part of at the time, kidnapped me, and I was just sort of Bugs Bunny to David's Elmer Fudd. And just did goofy comedy shit, which got incredibly over to the point where the crowd, if your match sucked on our show, would chant "We want Billy" if your match was boring or bad. And at the end of every match, they chanted "We want Billy." They made me not one but 2 People's Championship titles.
Yes.
Billy was a fun character, and then so that was this whole long story. It was like a year-long story that we played out. And every single match, I would get hit in the head again, and I would briefly turn back into William Wolf. And this went on, and then the crowd would start howling, and it would hurt my head, and that would lead to the finish typically every match. So I got to do goofy comedy shit every week, and it was incredibly over, and it got me incredibly over. And then at Origins 2, I turned back into William Wolf during a best 2 out of 3 falls match in David Barter Spector's first match ever at Origins 2, and I turned back into William Wolf in that match thanks to Hooks coming out and beaming me on the fucking head with a chair, just as hard as possibly could. And so I turned back into William Wolf, and I have 3 matches in early 2020, and it was a payoff to a blow off of Southern for hitting me in the head with the baseball bat. We were going to blow off to that. And then March of 2020, after my 3rd or 4th match back with William Wolf, the world fucking ended. And so I sat inside until 2021. For about a year, I sat inside. And then I started training with Cody again back in early 2021 to come back. And I had an accident because I'm an idiot and I was too fat for backflips. I was trying backflips anyways. And I fucking landed right on top of my head. I pulled off one backflip and landed like on my knees and my hands. I go up for the second one, and I land like on my feet. I fall forward. I'm like, I got this fucking third one. This shit is mine. And I fucking jump up, and I like tuck to her or something, and I fucking land right on top of my head. And I was paralyzed from the neck down for about 20 minutes in the ring while I was waiting for the ambulance to come.
Holy shit!
My best friend JC Flash was there to call the fucking ambulance and my wife for me. And yeah.
Wow.
So I stopped wrestling right there. I mean, I went to the doctor like eventually, like when I was out of my like neck brace and shit. Well, actually that weekend he said, you can never wrestle again, right? Yes, I'm good on wrestling. I think being paralyzed for 20 minutes was definitely enough time being paralyzed for one lifetime.
Yeah, that feels like a sign. Like, yeah.
I mean, I miss it more than fucking anything in the entire world. But the high I get from a good writing and like producing a good show is so much more than the high I ever got for like having a good 10-minute match. You know.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna ask, is that scratches that itch for you?
It doesn't, but the lows are way worse too. Like a bad sometimes like something that looks really good on paper, you're excited about it, and then the show happens, and it's nobody's fault. Maybe the fans just weren't like feeling it that night, or whatever. That's so much worse because I feel bad for everybody that worked on the show too. Right. Instead of just like, oh, I fucked up my 7 minutes on the show. I'm gonna hate myself until next week. Now I'm like, I fucked up.
Yeah, it's kind of an all encompassing. Yeah, I get it.
There's a lot more room for that when you're running fucking 52 shows a year, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Most people run 12 shows a year.
Yeah, you get more chances to kind of to make up for it, Don't hit this week, and we'll pivot a little bit and try something next week. Change
that's
it
my
up,
favorite
tweak
thing
it.
about our show. And that as a wrestler and as a producer, that was my favorite thing about our show is that like you could just try shit, and if it don't work, then you just try something else.
Well, the beautiful thing about the wrestling business, man, is every fan loves a comeback story. So I imagine when you guys finally do, dot the I's and cross the T's on a new deal, that it's going to be huge. Because, yeah, I mean, just in my few experiences there, every crowd was bigger and louder and crazier, and I fucking loved it.
It's the best. It's been the best time of my fucking life. Like I was saying earlier, I was kind of an ECW guy. I really liked like the smaller, closer, like atmosphere of ECW. Mm-hmm. And that was really all I ever aspired to, even as a wrestler. I never wanted to like make it to WWE because I fucking hate airplanes and driving. I don't want to travel 300 days a year. It's not for me.
Yeah,
I wanted something small and intimate with like a return environment or like a return crowd every week. And I feel like I got that,
I feel that.
You were asking about my career earlier, but I never had one, so. I've been to 1 or 2 companies tops.
They've been memorable matches that I've seen, brother, so you've got some kind of a career.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's good shit.
And hey, man, you're leaving your legacy now with these FGW shows because, like they said, we're excited for the comeback for sure. And
I hope you guys get to make this one.
Oh
Look,
yeah, we'll
the
be
second
making-
you announce that date, short of me being like, for example, I'm in Chicago on July 8th, or I would be at your guys' show coming
yeah,
up.
Ready to put that over. Yeah, we got the
Yeah.
July 9th
just saw
veterans show at Harley Davidson.
Westchester.
Yeah, in Westchester.
That's gonna be awesome.
Awesome.
I just
Yeah.
saw that before we got on.
I saw Cody's
Yeah.
coming back for that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
We need to
I'm
get
excited.
Cody on
I'm
here for
excited
sure.
about
Oh yeah.
that. Yeah, I'll have to- I'll
Cody,
have to
Matt,
talk to him
and
about that.
your boy Michaels.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've had like all of his friends at this point. We might as well have him.
You were talking about having known Michaels for a little bit. Ryan Michaels and I used to go to church together as children.
Jeez.
We've known each other since we were like fucking 5, 6 years old. We used to beat the shit out of each other. We used to wrestle in the fuck. I broke Ryan Michaels' nose with a pedigree once. And fucking, like when we were like 12 years old, I just pedigreed the ever living fucking out of him. Like didn't let go. Just right on the fucking grass.
God damn.
Looks just like they do it on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That was how Triple H was doing it that time. He didn't fucking like that.
Yeah.
That's how you know he's that good.
All right, guys. So I got a dad joke for you today.
All right.
All
Yeah,
right.
fuck you.
What do you call a fish wearing a bow tie? Sophisticated.
Nice. I got one for you guys.
All right.
What's the difference between a chickpea and a garbanzo bean?
No idea.
I've never paid to have a garbanzo bean on my face.
Put the kids to bed.
That was a good one.
Oh
My
man.
favorite part about that punchline is that you don't have to say it.
Yeah.
You don't have
Good
to say it.
Oh
Um,
shit. That's
You guys
fucking
can have
If I
great.
can top that one.
I got one for you. Why did the frog cross the road?
No idea.
To show everyone he had guts.
Oh.
Sad.
Yes. We
Oh,
we
what,
needed
he-
that sound
He gets
effect.
that, but the chickpea joke doesn't get a fucking.
Sorry, I was laughing too hard. Technically, I didn't have the soundboard up. That's my fault.
Right.
Damn it, sound guy.
Yeah.
Damn sound guy.
Well, man, it's been a hell of a nice hour talking to you, brother. We appreciate
Yeah,
you coming
the
on.
internet was working for more of it.
It is what it is.
We make it.
We got
work.
what we needed.
We think well on our feet. Well, yeah, man, we really appreciate you coming on here, and cannot wait for FGW to come back. We will definitely be there as soon as that is announced. So hopefully that's sooner than later. But obviously, we want you guys to find the right spot. So
Yeah, that's been the hard part so far. Finding somewhere tall.
Crawford's saying your nephew is watching. So
That's
I don't know if
That's
you
Low Rob.
care.
He's also been to every FGW show every Friday since they opened, which is really fucking cool. I wish
That's
I had
awesome.
that.
Maybe he'll
When I
make it
was
to
a
the
little
ring
kid,
someday.
just he goes to the children's classes. Every time I come over, he thinks I'm a celebrity, which is really cool.
Aw.
And every time I come over, he's really excited to see me. He just wants to show me all his wrestling moves on the bed. And
Brother, you are a celebrity. Here you are on a podcast right now being interviewed.
Hell yeah.
Just
Excuse
saying.
me. Yeah, I am. I'm very excited to come back. Thanks for having me. And if you guys want me to come back on, I've got like a million more stories I can tell. So
oh, absolutely, man, absolutely.
hopefully have better internet.
Terry had to get one more in for you. By the time FGW
Fucking
open,
Terry.
I promise I'll have a better haircut.
Yes.
Go see our guys
That's
at
what he
Break
says-
Room
that's what he says
Barbers.
when I bullied Terry into getting his haircut. I feel bad about it, but I was like, Terry, your haircut's terrible. You need to get a grown-up haircut. You look like you failed out of like joining MCR in 2007. And then he comes back with like an even more emo haircut the next time. He's like, I've got a haircut, dude. I was like, it's worse. It's worse than it was.
Right.
How did you make it worse?
Well, that's
Yeah, thanks for
awesome.
having me. Sorry.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We appreciate you coming on. We'll definitely have to have you back on here. Hell, maybe we'll do a live show at before an FGW show at some point or something like that.
I'm
That'd be
at
fun.
everyone, so
Yeah.
Let us know before once you get a date settled and you get a building settled. Let us know, man. We'll talk about some sponsorship deal. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
fuck yeah, hell yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thanks for having
All right,
me.
man.
Hope to come back.
Yeah,
soon.
thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
As always, we have been the DWO Podcast. I have been Big Rig Eric Maffey. He has been Mr. Magnificent Mike Martin. He has been Wrestling T-shirt Guy Cephas. And he has been Mr. William Wolf of Future Great Wrestling. As always, you can find us on all the socials. We just got a TikTok. We're even starting a Twitch, believe it or not. We're going to do some gaming and stuff like that. DWO's coming up in the world, man. Get on
Search
board.
DWO podcast on everything.
Everything.
Trending in the right direction.
That's right, baby. The cream rises to the top. Yeah.
Cup of coffee in the victory.
Freak out, yeah.
All right, so.
Top dads out.